Well, today we've got the second chorus of that great solo from I'll Play the Blues From You by Daniel Castro. I did a video earlier on that just covered the first chorus. For the second chorus, I'm going to take a slightly different tack. I'm going to just do it lick by lick, and have a lot more tips about how to do the vibratos, how to hold your hand for the bends, things like that. Things that you really are not going to see often on YouTube, okay? So I'm going to take it. The second solo starts at about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I'm going to bring it in at about 3:10. We'll give a listen and then do the first lick. Here we go, first lick. Okay, so there you go. Obviously, big Albert King influence there. Now, okay, now we start in the 8th fret of the 2nd string. Okay, then we go to the 6th fret of the 1st string. Then we put our 3rd finger in the 8th fret of the 1st string and do a big bend. Okay, now, then we stop the bend, go back to the 6th fret of the 1st string, back to the 8th fret of the 2nd string. So, okay, now, here's a really interesting tip, okay? If you can watch my fingers a little closely here. When I go up and I do the bend, watch this. I'm working my 3rd finger so it goes underneath the 2nd string. See the way the 2nd string rides up on the fingernail? Okay? So it's almost like, you're going into home base, you're running, and then you slide at the very end so it goes up. So you change the angle of your finger. Now, it's going to become really, really important that you get that 2nd and 3rd strings out of the way when you're vibratoing that note, okay? Now, it's not always that easy to do that, but it's worth it to practice that a little bit. Okay, maybe on that last note, big vibrato. So look at that, the up and down kind of vibrato. Okay, so there we go. That's the first lick. Now, the second lick is really more or less the same thing with a slightly different timing on the pickup. Maybe sounds a little bit more like, so like a backwards bend there, but watch. So it's a little slower pickup. And then bend, back. Okay, so also on that release of that, that's really going to be an up sweep pick. Okay, let's see if we can take a quick look at this. Let's say I'm using a pick. Okay, that's something a lot of guitar players have incorporated in their playing. Really kind of famously Eric Clapton for this, okay? All right, so at any rate, those are the first 2 licks, right? Okay, I'm going to call that lick number 3. So what I have to do to play that lick, I want a lot of vibrato on that. So I could have done it, stayed up here. Okay, but I'm going to choose to change positions, go down to the 3rd position, and I finger it really oddly. 2nd finger, 1st finger. See the way I can get those both to vibrato? Then I have to switch to my pinky here. Okay? Now, if I did that with a bar, it'd be a lot easier. but it's not the same sound. Now, you're going to want that bar sometimes when you play these notes, but here, second finger, first finger, I'm pretty sure this is how he's doing it. Really nice, okay? Adds a lot of vibrato to that. Fourth lick. Okay, so the fourth lick starts off just like the earlier licks. Now here, he drops back down to the third fret, okay? And what he does is he plays like a unison. So it's going to be the third fret of the first string. Then we go to the sixth fret of the second string and slide it up. This is really a standard blues thing, and it's really nice. Okay, notice a lot of vibrato on that second note there. Okay, so then the next lick. Now that exact lick came up in the first chorus, okay? So what you're doing is you're going right down the G blues scale. So, third fret first string, sixth fret second string, third fret second string, fifth fret third string, right down the scale. Then we jump to the fifth fret fourth string, then third fret third string. So big skip there. So, when I use the word skip, that's kind of an important term. The idea is that, basically you're skipping notes in the scale. So you're skipping around. Okay, there you go. Okay, so then here, so here we go. We're back up in this extension scale position. So we're in the 8th fret of the second string, 6th fret of the first string, 8th fret of the first string, big bend off the 8th fret again. Also notice the way it's riding up my fingernail again. Now, then we're going to hit that with the bend and then do a backwards bend. Watch that again. So watch that move again. Really nice melody, nice melodic lick there. Next lick. Okay, so this is kind of the peak of the solo, I guess, because he goes way up the guitar all the way to the 15th fret of the first string. And he does it with a lot of vibrato. Very sharp. It ends up being very sharp. Okay, so first finger, 15th fret, second string. Lot of vibrato. Then, okay, next lick. Okay, again, he's doing that same theme he started with, but different melody. So, 8th fret, second string, 6th fret, first string, bend the 8th fret of the first string, then 8th fret, 6th fret, 8th fret of the first string. So, a note here. I put my pick down and I'm playing a lot of this with my index finger. Plucking with my index finger. Okay, I tend to like the sound of that a little better for this type of uh, music. But you know, you could play it with a pick. Here's a pick. Actually, sounds really good also. Okay. Okay, so then again, same lick. Okay, those came up earlier. Okay, so this is the bend off the 8th fret of the first string, 6th fret first string, 8th fret second string, then he jumps down in position to the 3rd fret. Okay, so 3rd fret first string, 3rd fret second string, 3rd fret first string, 6th fret first string, back. Okay, he did that lick earlier. Okay, last two licks. So in this time he does that descending. So it's right down the scale. Oh, that's really interesting. Right down the scale. So 3rd fret first string, 6th fret second string, 3rd fret second string, 5th fret 3rd string, 3rd fret 3rd string, 5th fret 4th string, and then he jumps up, so a skip again to the 5th fret 3rd string, 5th fret 4th string, 3rd fret 3rd string. And then he goes to end it. Okay, so it's that same lick he started with. Okay, so he's bending the 8th fret of the first string. Anyway, that's kind of a lick by lick rundown on how to do it. And I think we covered a lot of cool stuff there. The idea of bending and getting underneath the string next to it, I think is really cool. The idea of playing either with our finger, index finger, or with our pick. And then the idea of using vibratos. So it's always worth it to experiment a lot to try to get the sound you really want. Anyway, I hope this is helpful, and it's been a lot of fun, okay? Nice seeing y'all.